Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about confidence. I feel like I've gotten this question so many times and I don't think I have gone in depth about the confidence topic or anything of that sort. So I'm gonna share my confidence journey with you guys. So for me, I started watching YouTube around, I don't even remember, I want to say 2012. No, it wasn't 2012, it was actually way before that, but I discovered Jaclyn Hill's like really stunning look in 2012, and then I was like, oh, eyeshadow is actually quite cute. So I would look for makeup tutorials from the time I was younger so that I could do my makeup. So I was one of those teenagers who had really bad skin and I just wanted to hide behind makeup. I just wanted to hide behind something where people weren't gonna ask me, what's wrong with your skin? Like every time I had a flare up in high school, even though I was on meds for my skin, people would ask me, what's wrong with your skin? And I think when you struggle with acne from a young age, I think you end up building up a resistance to people's questions. I think you just end up saying to yourself, there's nothing you can do. You literally are trying everything on the market. And if people are going to ask you questions, then it's just one of those things. But that's just building up a tolerance to people asking you questions. But when it comes to building your self-confidence, honestly, YouTube did that for me. I feel like I've spoken about this before, but I don't know how much in detail I went into. But I was so scared of coming out of my shell. I was so scared of being the introverted, extroverted or ambivert person that I am, because I can be extroverted in situations and I can be really introverted in situations. It just depends who I'm with and what the crowd is like. I can really feed off the people that I'm with. If they're talkative and I feel comfortable and it's my safe space, then I can be who I truly am. But if it's a space where I'm not sure where I fit in, I can be a little bit introverted. So for me, I guess I learned over the years to adapt to what kind of crowd I'm in. But I still don't have the confidence to walk up to somebody like a brand manager or like network enough to meet people in places to get myself into doors. I am so bad at that. I don't have confidence like that. I'm still scared to talk to people, like, because you never really know, like, are you gonna get along with that person? How do you even start a conversation? Like, how do you just start speaking to people? Like, for me, I'm just very scared. I just smile, if we make eye contact, I smile. But over the years, I think holistically I've learned that feeling your best brings out the best in your confidence. When you're not feeling the best and when you grow up, I would say an unhappy child, and you just grow up not feeling like the best version of yourself, it does affect your confidence. And I spoke to you guys in the last Sanesh Sundays episode about how I couldn't see value in myself, and once I saw other people seeing that value, it opened my eyes. So there were so many factors for me that contributed to me being a better version of myself holistically. But when it comes to confidence, you need to look at it holistically. There's no other way. If you feel happy in your skin and content and your mindset has shifted, you will feel that shift in your confidence. When it comes to external factors like everybody else and comparing yourself to everybody else, there's always going to be somebody who's better at doing what you do. There's always going to be someone who is prettier than you, who has longer hair than you, nicer hair than you, better nails, better skin, whatever the case may be. There's always going to be someone who you perceive to be better than you, right? But in reality, everybody is human. I mean, if you look at me and you say, oh my god, I could never be like her, but I look at you and I think, oh my god, I wish I could be you. Everybody has their own perceptions about what life is. And for as long as you're striving towards being the best version of yourself, I feel like confidence is, what's the word I'm looking for? A side effect of knowing what you want on the inside. For me, being content, being at peace, being happy, knowing that I am the best version of myself I could ever be, allows me to have a level of confidence. I'm not saying it fixes everything in your life, and I'm obviously very fortunate because I can do my job on camera. You know, I don't have to sit in a crowd of like billions of people or in a boardroom or whatever the case is, but you have to build your confidence to where you see yourself. And I need to do more work on my confidence. I'm not gonna lie. I need to build my confidence to a point where it's a bigger scale than where I see myself right now. You know? I think I am good at just focusing on the task at hand when I do have to be in front of people. I don't overthink it too much when I'm in front of people. I'm just like, I will cross that bridge when I get there. When it comes to a lot of things, sorry, we're gonna be losing light, so I'm gonna be fixing the light as we go. But when it comes to a lot of things in my life, whether it be driving or job interviews, whatever the case is, I'm always like, I can prepare the most that I can, but I will also cross that bridge when I get there. When I get to the interview, I'm gonna let it flow. I'm gonna let life happen. Sometimes you've gotta let life flow when it comes to certain things. Not everybody is that way. Some people like to be more organized, some people like to be more structured, but for me it works where I say I will cross that bridge when I get there. I'm not going to overthink it, and when I get there I'm going to be the best version of myself. Again, when it comes to external factors and relationships as well, let's talk about relationships and friendships. You have to know what you bring to the table, and if people don't resonate on the same level that you do, that's okay. Not everyone is going to meet you where you are at, and it is okay. All right? When it comes to relationships, and you know, when you see your partner's ex, or you see your ex's new partner, whatever the case is, you can't compare yourself to their ex or their next. You are not that person, and you shouldn't be intimidated by another woman's presence or lack thereof. Especially if she's an ex. You shouldn't be intimidated by anyone, because you should walk in the energy that you know what you bring to the table, you know your value, you know your worth, and as much as there's somebody that can maybe do things better than you, there will never be another you. There will never be another you. I know I'm not perfect. I know that there are people that could do things way better than I can, but there will never be another me. There will never be another person who has my heart, my intentions, my value in people. And I think when you have been in the world for as long as I have, and you've experienced the things that I have, I think you realize that there's some really crappy people out there, and you should always stay true to yourself, know what you bring to the table, and never settle for anything less than that, you know. But confidence, like I said, going back to the holistic approach, it's very holistic. You have to truly feel it on the inside to exude it on the outside. I feel like when you are in a happier space, when you look good, you feel good. You are more confident when you put time, effort into your appearance. So don't ever discredit makeup. And for the people who don't like to wear makeup, like, don't be that person. Thank you. But you can put on some makeup, you can put on a bright red lip, you can put on whatever, and you feel pretty, you look pretty. Even wearing your favorite perfume every day, you know, when you look good, you feel good. And that is the main idea about you know, beautifying yourself. I don't do my hair, and I tell this to my partner as well. I'm like, I don't put on makeup, do my hair, dress up nice for anybody else but myself. It's for me first and foremost. Everybody else who gets to witness it is a bonus, but it's always for me. First and foremost, it's for me. So even my nails, like, I don't have to do my nails all the time, but I love seeing my nails done. I love when I'm editing a video and there's a close product shot. I love to see my nails done, so I do my nails, you know. It's just those little things that make you feel good about yourself. I mean, pedicures also. Okay, I have to get a pedicure every month because I am on my feet constantly, and it's not great on my feet, right? But I do my feet for me. I want my feet to look good. It's not for anybody else. You know, it's for me first and foremost. So always remember that when it comes to using makeup, hair, whatever, it's for you. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, okay? And if you want to do it for others, okay, do you, boo. I'm no one to judge. I'm no one to tell you what to do with your life. But confidence is a holistic approach. What you feel on the inside, how you feel on the outside really matters to how you take on the world and take on challenges. And you know, resilience is something that is built up over time. You know, I've become resilient because I think I've been through a lot in my life, and you know, I think it's shaped me into who I am today. And I can take comments on the chin, I can take anything negative right here and still be resilient and still be able to learn from that and take it in my stride. And I think a lot of the things that also help you with confidence is introspection and learning lessons from bad situations. Even if you are in a bad situation, even if you are in a difficult situation, you need to learn and grasp what that situation is trying to teach you, rather than saying, oh, woe is me, like, poor me, why me again, like, why am I going through this? I always look at things as this is meant to happen for a reason. What lesson am I supposed to learn from this? How am I moving forward with this information? How am I taking these lessons and incorporate it into my life? And I feel like the more you learn, the more confidence you gain in your abilities to tackle on challenges, to become resilient, to move on from things that have hurt you. And so, you know, even weight gain can affect your confidence. But I know that I am the happiest I have ever been, and I am probably also the heaviest I have ever been. But I know when I was at my lightest, I was the most unhappiest version of myself. And my confidence has never wavered because I know what I've taken to get here, or what it's taken to get me to this point, to this headspace. So I don't let people's comments on my weight affect me. Yes, it's annoying because other people, if I can see it, other people can see it, right? And if you can see it and you're making comments on it, I don't want other young girls who look at me and feel seen and heard and feel represented and think that because somebody is hating on it, that it's not beautiful. So I speak up when people talk about my weight because I am just done with people judging me for my weight. Like, my weight does not define me. My weight has fluctuated for years. So just let me be. Let me be. You don't know what I was dealing with at my skinniest, and you also don't know what it has taken for me to get to the point where I'm at my happiest. So being confident in my journey as well has allowed me to just be at peace. Again, it's a holistic approach. When you are at peace with who you are and you always show up as the best version of yourself, it amplifies your confidence to the next level, you know. Again, being aware of the best version of yourself, doing introspection, taking constructive criticism, all of those things. It's just layers of growth that adds to your self-confidence. But nothing, it doesn't hurt. I was gonna say nothing hurts. It doesn't hurt to say your affirmations. I am beautiful, I am loved, I am good enough. When I was getting out of depression, I would say my affirmations all the time. I am good enough, I deserve happiness, I deserve peace, I am worthy of happiness and peace, I am confident, I am brave. Like, say your affirmations, because what you put out into the world is what you attract, okay? And what you basically tell yourself every day is what you become. I'm beautiful, I'm worthy, I'm loved, I'm valued. What you tell yourself every day matters. If just speaking kindly to plants help them grow, help them blossom differently, imagine how positive self-talk affects you on the deepest level holistically. So don't ever for a second feel like you have to tear yourself down. Yes, I'm human, I make mistakes, but you don't have to tear yourself down or say anything negative to yourself to make you feel some type of way. You know, positive self-talk is important. So always speak to yourself positively, know that you are valued, know that you are loved. And I think everybody's confidence journey is different. My confidence journey started with my skin. It started with me just wanting to be confident in the fact that I didn't look like anybody on social media, you know. Sorry. My confidence journey was me just not wanting to sell myself short. My confidence journey was me just wanting to step into rooms as the best version of myself without second guessing myself. And, you know, just allowing myself the freedom to walk into a room and not feel intimidated and not feel scared. And yes, I still have to get to that point, because I'm sure I walk into rooms and I do feel intimidated, especially to like get into conversation. Yes, I don't feel intimidated by my other fellow influencers, like I love every single one of them, but I do feel intimidated by talking to brand managers and talking to people that are within the brands, you know, within the brand, that could possibly open doors for me in the content creation space. But I will get there. I'm a work in progress. You know, confidence is a work in progress. And sometimes you're not confident every single day. You're not confident every single time. I feel like because I've gained weight over the last, would say 6 to 8 months, maybe a year, I feel like I am not so confident to wear skimpy things and super crop tops and all of that anymore. Like, I dress for my body type. I think I've always dressed conservatively because I've never been confident showing my chest, because I do have a big chest, and I've never been confident like to just, you know, I try, but I'm not very confident in certain things. And like I said, I think it's always a work in progress. I think you always need to work at these things to get better at them. And positive self-talk, you guys, don't ever think that positive self-talk doesn't work. And reading your affirmations, I have 2 sets of affirmation cards. I actually need to put one by my bedside so I can read my affirmations every morning and get kick-started, because it really does affect the way you think. You have to have a mindset shift. If you've always thought low of yourself, you've always thought, oh, I can't do this, you need to change your mindset and shift it into a I can, and I will cross that bridge when I get there. I was thinking the other day, I was driving and I thought to myself, there was a point in time where, because a turning lane is so close to oncoming traffic, I was like, how do people just stay in this lane? How do you not mistakenly go onto oncoming traffic? And I thought to myself, wow, I was at a point where I thought like I couldn't do this, and here I am, and I've been doing it, you know. So I think a lot of the time, and you know, it shows, be very wary of how confident content creators may seem, but with the things we say sometimes, you'll know our confidence is faltering. You'll know. If we feel, and it's not to say as a whole, it's just to say certain aspects of our life, our confidence is kind of like, like, I can't think of an example now. But you'll know what I'm talking about. There's probably been times where you've watched me and you've been like, Sanesh is not being confident right now, or she's not seeming sure. And confidence for me is seeming sure of yourself and not allowing anybody to take advantage of you or to walk all over you. And that's what confidence means to me, you know, and to walk into rooms and not feel intimidated, and to speak to people and be kind and not feel scared or be anxious or whatever the case maybe is, you know. I think for me that's confidence, to sit in my power as an individual and say, this is what I bring to the table. I acknowledge that somebody else might bring more, but this is who I am. This is what I bring. I'm a work in progress, and I'm confident in what I bring to the table. I don't have to compare myself to anybody else. I don't have to have imposter syndrome, because it's normal that you will have imposter syndrome, but I don't have to, because I'm confident in who I am. And also, when people misunderstand you, being confident in who you are says a lot. And knowing what you will and will not tolerate, like, confidence opens so much of doors for you that you don't realize. If I was more confident, I'd probably get more brand PR, I'd probably get more brand campaigns, I'd probably get a lot more work, a lot more growth. But because I'm still scared a little bit, I'm a bit more reserved, you know, I feel a little bit imposter syndrome because I'm not sure if I quite fit in to certain spaces. And yeah, it's normal. It's normal. It doesn't mean that I'm questioning my worth and my value. I'm confident in my worth and my value. Am I confident to speak to people? I'm not 100% sure, you know? So our confidence will always falter in certain aspects of our lives. It's never going to be perfect. Like I said, confidence is a work in progress all the time. So allow yourself that grace to make mistakes and learn and become better. Rome wasn't built in a day. I wasn't built in a day. You're not built in a day. Everybody else who seems put together in this world was not built in a day either. You know, the most put together people had to go through the roughest times of their life to get to where they are. So that's all I have to say about confidence. I hope that I made a lot of sense. I hope I conveyed to you guys what a holistic approach it is, in addition to how you look and how you feel makes an impact on how you show up as the best version of yourself. There's so many layers for me with regards to confidence, because I struggled with acne, because I was a chubby kid, because I've always had a boob, because I've never been, you know, skinny and sexy and like Miss India SA material. But I am who I am, and I'm confident now at 28 years old. I'm confident to be who I am, and God is good, you know. God is good. He won't take you through challenges that he knows you can't handle. Trust the process and learn from it. And not everything bad that happens to you is a bad thing. You know, maybe you need to learn those lessons. I think I'm very optimistic, and I know not everyone is like this, but I think I'm very optimistic in the sense that I always look at the brighter side of things. Like, okay, this didn't work out like this because maybe it's supposed to work out like something else. You know, maybe this didn't happen for a reason because maybe that just wasn't for me. You know, maybe that friendship didn't end up the way it needed to because maybe God heard conversations I didn't. So everything for me happens for a reason, and I've learned to trust the process. If you are a pessimist, and that's okay, that we're allowed to be optimists and we're allowed to be pessimists at certain points in our lives, but don't allow that to consume you, and don't allow that to get to a point where it's negativity. You know, even though I haven't had the best of years, I look at the bright side and I say, you know what, maybe God's preparing me for something else. Maybe I had to have a slow year for God to say, you know what, I was re-energizing you for what's about to come. You know, you never know, and life can't always be flow. It has to have ebbs and flows. you know, it can't always be high in the sky. You have to have your lows, you have to have your highs, and you can have your just sailing by days, you know. Life is such, you know, as long as you embrace what life throws at you and you're resilient and you're confident in what you bring to the table and you're confident in who you are, I think you will stay winning, you know. So that is me and my confidence journey. I really hope I was able to convey a lot of the things that I've been through and how I was able to learn life lessons and add that to me just being confident in knowing who I am. And I think your conviction about being confident in who you are is important. It will save you heartache. It will save you from being in places where you're not valued. And confidence opens up a lot of doors, just like knowing your self-worth, just like learning to be the villain in people's story. Like, there's so many layers of life that can open a door leading to another door, you know. Like, confidence can open so many doors in your career if you are a career person in corporate, that kind of stuff. And if you speak your mind and you speak out and you work hard for what you want and speak out at the same time to let people know if they're stepping on your toes and stuff like that, like, it's so important to be able to voice yourself and be confident in who you are and knowing what you bring into the table. So I hope that made sense. I hope I was able to approach the situation for all of my corporate girlies, my content creation girlies, regardless of what occupation or career choice you have decided on. I hope that I was able to kind of reach out to you and share my experience with confidence and how I was able to get to the point that I am now. So yeah, that is it from me, you guys. Don't forget to slay all day, every day, with and without makeup, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye.